What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back with some more Ark news, and today, guys, it is about the Ark animated series. So, Ark Survival Evolved have released a tweet saying, in celebration of Ark, the animated series hitting the milestone of a whopping 14 30-minute episodes in post-production, we'd love to share these posters of key characters from the show. Now, we've got a bunch of them right here. So, mainly this video is just to say that we know that they are producing the animated series, and it looks like it's possibly halfway through. Don't know. Haven't really said how long the animated series is going to be. But we've got 14 episodes of it so far. And going through it, it doesn't look like they actually say how long it's going to be. It's pretty much just talking about all the actors and actresses that are in it and what their performances are. So we've got this poster here that got released, and let's take a look. So we've got Santiago, played by Vin Diesel, and he's fully kitted up as a tech survivor. 24th century mech pilot, gearhead, and freedom fighter. He's carrying a bulb dog, which looks pretty good. We've got Michelle Yao here as Mei Yin Li. 3rd century Chinese rebel, known on the Ark by her reputation as the Beast Queen. I'm pretty sure she was one of the survivors on Scorched Earth. And then over here we've got Helena Walker, played by Madeline Madden. So she is Helena. She's the one that becomes the bot and everything like that. So it looks like these three are possibly going to be our main characters just because they are at the top. Obviously, we know Helena is going to be one of the main characters because it's Helena. But it does also look like that Mei Yin Li will also be a main character. But let's come down here. We also have Core the Prophet, who is played by Russell Crowe. And we can see here on either side of him, he's got two Argies and a Mesopithecus sitting on his shoulder. Eccentric Dino Whisperer, hailing from a time before recorded history. So it sounds like he's actually a caveman possibly, which is pretty cool. Moving over though, this is the really cool one that I'm freaking loving. We've got Gaius Marcellus Nerva, who is played by Gerald Butler. Brutal ancient Roman despot. Now, he's got a bunch of dead dinosaurs around him. We've got some mutilated raptors and stuff like that. And in the background here, it appears to be possibly his Rex. And he just has this like suave Roman captain look about him that looks absolutely badass. So I'm really excited to see Gerald Butler's character in the series. But if we move over, we've got Sir Edmund Rockwell, played by David Tennant, which is going to be exciting. Egocentric 19th century scientist harboring dark ambitions. We already know the general gist for Rockwell here. He becomes the aberrant bad dude, I guess you could call him, and later on the Genesis 2 ship. So moving on, we've got Henry Townsend, who's played by Jeffrey Wright, and he's an 18th century American watchmaker and patriot spy. That's pretty cool. I'm not entirely sure about this guy. I don't remember hearing too much about him in the Survivor notes, but I'm assuming there's characters here that aren't just in the survival notes as well. But let's come down here. We've got Aliace, played by Devery Jacobs. Peppy, 17th century Inuk teenager, growing up fast on the Ark. So she's got a bunch of tamed, well, I mean, I'm assuming tamed dinosaurs around her. And it does look like she's possibly breeding them, purely because of this pteranodon-looking bird on her shoulder, which looks like obviously a baby. Nonetheless, looking pretty good. I do like the animation style. The animation style is going to look sick. If we move over here, we've got John. I am not going to try and pronounce his Native American name because it looks very difficult. Played by Zahn McLaren, 19th century Lakota warrior and leader of a thriving community. And he's mounted what appears to be on a pteranodon. Possibly. I'm going to wager that's definitely a pteranodon. He looks very dope as well. And this is probably my favorite character, Bob, played by Carl Urban. And I just know Carl Urban is going to kill it. A recent square-jawed arrival on the island. So it sounds like Bob's going to be living up all our expectations as an Ark player, and it looks like he's also about to get munched on by a T-Rex in the background there, which is pretty good. If we move over here, we've got the Gladiatrix, played by Sissy Jones, and she's got a bunch of compies around her. Looks like she's got a scar on her head from surviving a dinosaur attack. And she's a formidable commander in Nerva's army. So she's a commander of Gaius's army, by the looks of it. But that's going to be the main cast by the looks of things for the Ark animated series, which is pretty damn awesome. I'm very excited for it. They do have 14 episodes filmed and in post-production completed. Yeah, 14 episodes in post-production. So I'm thinking this might be season 1, possibly. Because it doesn't say that it's wrapped up, but generally post-production means that they're moving on to finishing everything up. But before we wrap up this video, I wanted to also talk about the Ultimate Switch Edition. Now, Voice Stars are voicing the Ultimate Survivor Edition on the Switch. So let's just go over this real quick. In April, we announced that Nintendo Switch will be receiving a completely rehauled version of Ark that will include enhancements and upgrades to bring it into line visually and functionally with the experience of Xbox One and PS4. Today, we're happy to share an update on the progress and more information on Ark Survival Ultimate Edition. The Survival Ultimate Edition will introduce new story cutscenes to conclude each map, featuring actors Maddie Madden, The Wheel of Time, and David Tennant, who reprise their respective roles as Helena Walker and Sir Edmund Rockwell. All of Helena's and Rockwell's dossiers and explorer's notes will also be voiced by the actors, as will Survivor's epic confrontation versus Rockwell and Ark Aberration. Madden will also voice the cheery robot AI guide Helena in the Young Explorers mode that will lead players through Ark in a low-pressure, kid-friendly, dino fact-filled adventure. Now, the important thing that I want to talk about here is that they say it will introduce new story cutscenes to conclude each Ark map. Now, Scorched Earth is one of those Ark maps, right? Scorched Earth is on the story arcs. So, does that mean we're finally going to get an end scene for Scorched Earth? Obviously, the island as well doesn't have any voice acting on it, I don't believe. So we might get Helena narrating there. But I'm actually really excited to see the cutscenes that will come from the Ultimate Survivor Edition. So that's just something else that I wanted to touch on as well. But yeah, all the Ark 2 news, we have released a video, so make sure to check that out as well. But yeah, that's going to conclude this one up today, guys. I'm really excited to find out about these trailers and to see the animated series. But guys, nonetheless, thanks very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you in the next one.